Hi everybody, I'm DJ Foster. Welcome to the first installment of the Steve Lyon Show, where we will talk to head baseball coach Steve Lyon on all things baseball related going into the year. Coach, thanks for joining me today.
Good to be here, DJ.
Well, let's catch everybody up to speed. Currently, after almost a month of play, you guys are 11-2 on the year, ranked 4th, 5th, and 12th nationally in various publications. But backtracking now, all the way back to mid-February, when you guys started at the Lander Invitational. You went 2-1 there. You beat Carson Newman and Lynn University and dropped a tough game to nationally ranked Tampa. Talk a little bit about the weekend. It must be nice to get some games going that early in February.
Yeah, it was the first time we've did that since I've been here. I think played that early in February, and it was a new experience for us, but it really broke up the winter workouts, the indoor workouts for us, and it gave us a full 4 weeks to get ready. We went down there and played. I thought we played real well. You know, we lost a tough game to Tampa and beat Lynn, which is, former national champion, and Carson Newman, who always has a good program. It was a nice invitational. It's a good way to get our season started. A little different for us to play 3 games that early, but it worked out pretty well. Sure,
and then you went to your normal spring break trip down to Florida in early March. You guys went 9-1, a couple of big wins over Minnesota State, Mankato, and Westchester. Talk a little bit about that trip and what you learned about your team.
Yeah, we were a little hesitant about the schedule when we found out. The first day we were playing 2 9-inning games against 2 different opponents, which is a lot of pitching, to start off a trip. So we were a little worried about our pitching maintaining throughout the trip, but it did. And towards the latter part of the trip, we played Westchester in a doubleheader right after Mankato State, and we won all 3 of those games against very good competition. So it showed some character, showed some depth in our pitching staff. I thought overall we played very well, both offensively, defensively, and of course, pitching-wise, I think that's a key and critical element, and that held up throughout the trip.
Now, against Westchester, you guys had an interesting play towards the end of the game. Bottom of the 7th inning, senior Paul Young, a 2-out, 2-strike, inside the park home run. You don't see that often. Talk a little bit about what happened there. Yeah, the pitcher was throwing real well against us, and Westchester was just kind of coasting the last couple of innings. Looked like, they were ready to start the second game, and, they had a 2-run lead, and we, hit a pop fly to center field, got lost in the sun to start, our rally. So really, we probably shouldn't have had anybody on. It should have been 3 outs and game over. Paul Young, who's been playing real well for us, just sitting a game because it was his turn to sit, came up, got a full count, 2 strikes on him, and line one down the right field line, just inside the foul line, and it rolled down into the corner. Got kind of mangled up with a batting cage. They had gone over the ground rules. If the ball got in the batting cage, the right fielder should raise his hands, which he did not do. Sure. Went in, made the play. It hesitated a little bit just to get the ball, but Paul runs well, and Coach Titillion did a good job of sending him at third base, and really there wasn't a play at home, so an inside the park home run tied up the game, and we won it in extra innings. So it was an exciting game against a good team, and we went on and won the second game rather handily. I think they were a little they had a hard time, recovering from that loss, but we won the second game, so it was a good day for us overall. Sure, sounds like a great way to get a big victory over a good team like that. Now, balance and depth have been a key to your early season start. Again, 11-2 and ranked nationally in every publication. You have 8 players batting over 300, and you have 8 different players with a home run. Talk about how important the depth will be going into the rest of the season. Well, you're always going to run into some injuries. Last year we ran into a couple at the end of the season. We had to put some guys at third base that hadn't played there much. This year, I think we're as deep as we've ever been as far as our position players go. Guys like Dan Pongelic and Corey Phillips had great trips. They're going to force their way into the lineup because they're playing so well. In the outfield, we have 4 outfielders that are, we're very confident in rotating them around. Chris Ruding has been playing well. Paul Young, like I said, has been playing well. And then Grice and Anderson are pretty much staples in the outfield. Catching, we rotate. Again, Lopp and Cowan behind the plate, but Strakowski can catch too and caught well on the trip and also plays first base. So it makes the manager's job very nice because we can, kind of put guys in and out of the lineup and keep guys healthy and ready to play. So that's good, and our pitching depth has been good so far too. So I agree with you. I think consistency and depth as far as our roster goes is as good as it's ever been, and it's carried us so far this season. Now, of course, you started the season down south, and now it's back up north, and you even go a little bit east to Ohio this weekend to play Lake Erie. 4 games against the Storm this weekend. You played them a couple years ago, did not face them last year. What do you know about them? Give us a little preview of the weekend.
Yeah, I think they're pretty good. I don't know if they're at the top of our conference yet, but they're going to be competitive. So, you play 4 games against anybody in 2 days. You got a chance to lose a game or 2 in there, and we know that. We just want to go in and be competitive with them and be tough-minded in some bad weather. I'm sure we're going to have some cool weather this weekend, and hopefully we get the games in and play them. But they're not going to be a normal, bottom feeder of the conference at all. They've got a winning record so far against some pretty good competition. So, and they're hungry. This is the first time they've been in a conference. They're playing a team like us that has, had some success within our conference lately. So I'm sure they're going to be up for this series, and it'll be fun.
Okay, and we'll touch base with you again next week and see how everything went this weekend. Hopefully you get the games in.
Okay, DJ, thanks.
Best of luck. Thanks. And thank you for joining us on the Steve Lyon Show on the Grand Valley Sports Network. I'm DJ Foster. We'll talk to you again next week.